All right, so we have one final panel here on the Launchpad stage. I just want to echo Dan and what he shared. Congrats to the finalists. It's been a tense day as they awaited the results. Really excited to see today at 4 p.m. Our final pitches. As we wrap out here on the Launchpad stage, I'd like to introduce the next panel. This panel is near and dear to my heart. We have students from the local higher education system who will be joining us. Steve Johnson will be moderating. And these are students who are going to who have been able to share their thoughts on the career ambitions, Miami business landscape. And these 5 have been selected based on their academic achievements as recipients of the 2024 Emerge America's Rising Stars Award. So please join me in a warm welcome to Abigail from Miami Dade College, Lillian from Nova, Shirley from the University of Miami, Joseph from FIU, from FAU, Michael from FAU, got that wrong again, from FIU, and our moderator, Steve Johnson.
Hi, I'm Steve Johnson. I'm the head of the lead program in Millennium in Miami. And I'm honored to be here with 5 exceptional students, as mentioned. All of these are winners of the 2024 Emerge America's Rising Stars Award. So first of all, a big round of applause for them. In my role at Millennium, I work a lot with our early career graduates. It's a privilege to help guide and mentor them. I think it's incredibly important this day and age as technology is taking a larger and larger role in everything that we do. All right, got it. That we spend time with this early career cohort. Today's panel is really about understanding how some of these top students in the Miami area are looking at their career, kind of the challenges that they faced, and how technology is either helping or presenting one of those challenges for them. So let's jump right in. As a first step, we can just go in order. Why don't you all introduce yourself, say a little bit about your backgrounds and your school.
Hi, my name is Abigail Khana Elazar, and I am a computer science major at Miami Dade College, and I'm actually graduating tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lily Demirjieva. I go to Nova Southeastern University, and I am a finance major, and I graduate in a year.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shirley Pundia. I go to the University of Miami, and I'm double majoring in neuroscience and computer science, and I'll be graduating next year.
Hi, I'm Joey Watson. I go to Florida Atlantic. I'm a business management student with a focus in entrepreneurship, and I'm set to graduate in 2 weeks.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Romano. I'm a mechanical engineering student at FIU, and I graduate in December.
So for any of you, open to any of you to answer, was there a significant moment, all of you are sort of entrepreneurial computer science, was there a significant moment for you early in your career that pushed you in that direction? Anyone?
I'll say I come from a family of entrepreneurships, a long line of them. Everyone, they all own their own business in my family. My grandfather, he's 85 and still climbs up in attics and is fixing refrigerators and everything like that. A lot of my family, they focus on children and kids' fitness. And just growing up being surrounded by that, you see it, and that's what you kind of want to be. My dad, he raised me to say, like, you don't really want to work for someone, you want to own something. And the work that you do, you want to get some credit for it. So, yeah, I would just say for my family, they always encourage me to start something of my own.
Similarly, I'll say when I started to go to Nova a year ago and started working with the Levant Center of Innovation and just being surrounded by entrepreneurs all the time, seeing the way that they live their life, that they juggle things, getting to know some of them, I really realized that that's the path that I want to go down. So right now I'm actually co-founding an app called Campus Run. It's for college students to post and complete tasks for each other for money. So like a TaskRabbit, Snapchat, Uber thing in one. And that's been an incredible journey, and we have learned so much. We have done incubator cohorts at the Levant Center and just met so many cool people, and getting to do experiences like this, it's just been amazing.
Did you?
I'd like to add that while I might not be on the entrepreneurial end, I would like to go into neurotech specifically, so bridging the gap between neuroscience and computer science. I think there's a lot of opportunity within both fields, and it's the future with AI. And so one specific moment that really contributed to this passion for both fields is last summer specifically, when I entered at MD Anderson Cancer Center, which is a leading hospital for cancer care in the world in Houston, Texas. My research project was focusing on specifically developing a computer-aided detection model for misregistration in patients' PET CT scans. And when I saw, as computer scientists, we tend to spend a lot of time behind the scenes, working on code. But when I saw the impact, the human connection that my projects can, help reduce misdiagnoses of cases, I found the really important impact and importance to be able to see that human connection in technology specifically.
Well, you mentioned AI, and AI is mentioned in most of the presentations here now. By show of hands, how many of you use AI, machine learning, ChatGPT actively day to day? Okay. Does anyone else want to share an example of how you use that, how it's helpful?
So actually, outside of my academic life, I use it in my business. We make assistive technology for the blind, and what the AI allows us to do is take what we can see and represent it in vibrations for them. So it's a transformative thing, not only to find information, but also to provide people with abilities they didn't have previously.
And several of you are more entrepreneurial. Questions about future employers. It sounds like some of you, maybe most of you, want to be your own future employer. Like, how do you think about the ideal future employer, or if you want to do your own thing, how are you thinking about that?
I will say I want to be the boss, and innovation is the biggest thing that my team looks for. It's people who are using AI to better the company, to do things more efficiently, more effectively. I don't think AI and ChatGPT is scary. I fully believe it's the future. It's where we're heading. So you either get with it now or you're going to get left behind. But it's very innovative, and that is what we are looking for.
And to go off of that with the employer side of it, I've worked for companies that were, we're going to do it the old way. And then I've worked for companies that say, hey, if you can use AI to do it quicker, go ahead and do it. And it's so much more enjoyable to work for a company who gives you access to all the tools you need, like AI, regardless of whether it's the traditional way or not. And you can get so much more done.
Okay. With the growth in Miami, certainly over the last few years, and all of you sort of being in school through that period, has the growth in Miami changed your perspective on where you need to find that career, or like you're going to stay here versus going somewhere else? Has that changed a lot?
So I've lived in Orlando all my life, and when I finally stepped out and came to Miami, I saw the vast networks and connections that I could make. I feel like Miami is a hub for all things entrepreneurship, business related. If you want to meet people that will get you to the next level. I know at school, I currently work in the Adams Center for Entrepreneurship at Florida Atlantic, and Dr. Kevin Cox, he's connected with me with tons of connections and just people that I could go to, a lot of people who are based in Miami. When I first came to Florida Atlantic, I feel like I was kind of open to anything. I didn't really have a career path set, but just working at the Adams Center, they've put me through internships, competitions, and things that kind of directed me towards where I really want to go. So.
I'll add on to that. I didn't know how much innovation there existed in the entrepreneurial world, in the tech world, until I came to Miami a few years ago. It just seems to be the hotspot and the hub of everything interesting and future-related happening, and I will 100% be staying here and continuing to meet all these cool creators and founders, just like at Emerge today. There's just so much happening here, and it's super exciting, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
I'd like to emphasize and add that, during my freshman year, I came to Emerge Americas, and it was actually the first conference I had ever attended. And seeing the amount of the bustling culture of technology and innovation within Miami was really exciting and motivating for me specifically. And, I think in Miami, we tend to see and meet a lot of people from all walks of life. There's a lot of cultural diversity, lots of biodiversity in nature as well. But one thing I'd like to see change in Miami specifically is we need to have more events like Emerge throughout the year. You know, I'm always looking forward to coming for Miami Tech Month and Emerge Americas, but I wish there were more opportunities to have access to meeting and collaborating throughout the year. So that's one thing I'd definitely like to see change.
I also think the connections in Miami are amazing. I come from Massachusetts, so as you can imagine, the connections with South America up there aren't really fortified. But down here, every day I meet someone new from a new country with a new business that's international and based here in Miami.
For all of the employers that are here, is there something, and we can go just in order here, that you think they need to know about your generation? Something good.
So, as a member of Gen Z, I can definitely say that we care about social issues. Having a moral compass that aligns with my own is something that's very important to me when looking for an employer. I want to work for a company that I feel like cares about me and cares about the things that are going on in the world. So we care, you know? You want to do something that's going to change the world, impact the lives of others, and we're listening to what you say, what you do. Your actions are very important, and just so you know, we're watching.
Not to go back to the topic of AI, but I do think that something that these employers should be well aware of is that it is happening. And instead of shying away from it, I think they should be urging employees to use it. You save so much time and become so much more efficient in the things that you can do, and that leaves space for other things and more innovation, better ideas, more fun. So I think something that they should know is that it's not a scary thing if you use it the right way.
Growing up, our generation has had access to so much knowledge, so much data at our fingertips, you know, Google, social media, whatnot. I think the important thing that that employers need to know is that we want to know what are the facts and what is real. And I think AI sometimes can hinder knowing the border between real and what's fake with generative models and whatnot. So I think employers should definitely emphasize having workers' transparency and a good feeling of belonging in the cultural environment of our jobs.
I think with all things change and things that are new to us, it could be scary. But I think innovation is, you can't avoid it. We're always going to be improving. And I think sometimes maybe the older generations see us as we have our heads down on our phone, but I think maybe we should be a little more accepting of it and know that it can't be stopped, and look at the benefits to it, and just know that though there are some negatives, we could also look at the positives that come along with it. Like you mentioned, like AI, yeah, it could definitely be used in a negative way, you know, through school if you're using it to cheat or things like that. But it'll also be beneficial and give you the direct answer you're looking for on the spot, give you blueprints and things to take you to the next level.
I'd like employers to know, I guess, that just because we did part of high school and maybe part of college online doesn't mean that we don't want to come into the office and meet everyone. And so those days in the office where we get to connect with our coworkers are still valuable, and we still do enjoy that.
Do you think that's the majority of you? Like, in general, you think the entire generation wants to be back in the office, or you want the flexibility?
I would say I can't sit in front of a screen and learn. I'm definitely in person. Even if it takes me more than like 2 or 3 emails, I would rather just go to your office and sit down and have that in-person conversation. I feel like just online, you can't pick up people's emotions as well. And I think the in-person connections are just something that's always going to be necessary.
I believe in a hybrid model. You have to have a little bit of flexibility to be able to make your own schedule. Like, at the end of the day, if the job gets done when it needs to get done, it's getting done. So some days you go in the office, you have that collaboration, that teamwork to keep up the culture of the company, and so that you're passionate about what you're working on, you see it live in action. But other times you should be able to have that flexibility so you don't end up having a negative view of the company and to look at it as a chore or a burden, and just have fun with it.
I think I'd like to also say, like I initially mentioned, human connection is so important, especially in the field of technology. That's where we can, you know, coming together at eMerge, we're able to make all of these innovative ideas, brings together these ideas. So I think it's really important to maintain that, and also feeling a sense of belonging to your environment and your career.
And for any of you, jump in. Major obstacles as you're looking to begin your career. What are the biggest challenges that you think that you face?
One of the biggest challenges that I see is that it's kind of hard to get a job in the engineering field unless you pay the money to go to one of those big conferences, and that's a big obstacle if you don't have the money to get hired over someone who does.
Yeah, to add on to that, I think just being in South Florida, it's so competitive and the market's so huge. Everyone kind of has that same drive and same vision to get the goal that you're wanting to get to. So I think you just got to stand out and find kind of like a niche, something that separates you from everybody else.
With entrepreneurship, I don't see it as much as problems. More so, it's obstacles that you have to push through, and if you keep pushing through, you will get a result or you'll learn a lesson, and you'll be able. But being able to pivot is extremely important. So I don't necessarily see a lot of problems every day, but you do just have to be super adaptable and flexible, from my experience.
So we'll go in order again, but for any of you, kind of a brief answer, a few sentences. What is your dream job? What are you looking for?
My dream job is a little bit interesting. I don't know if I want to publicly disclose what I want to do, but something in the cybersecurity sector.
My dream job is to grow Campus Run over the next couple of years into the next Uber. My co-founder, Jack Sardina, is right over there, and we work very closely with the Levant Center of Entrepreneurship. They have a booth over there, as well as Nova and the Law Clinic at Nova, and we have this super, super interesting, innovative idea, and it's been brought to life, and next year we're going to do a rollout amongst the South Florida schools that we're so excited for. So just keep on working on this, be our own boss. Very, very excited.
My dream job involves anything bridging the gap between neuroscience and computer science, but specifically, I think neurotech within automotives. I think everyone should have the opportunity to be able to drive. I want to find ways to develop brain-computer interfaces to help the paralyzed drive cars. And, you know, hopefully the future is very bright in this field, and I hope to go to grad school in the future as well.
Yeah, so I'm set to graduate, like I said, in 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go straight into grad school. I think I have a couple of different avenues, like you said, just off the connections that I've made. I think out of the top two, one would definitely be going into one of the family businesses. I do have a minor in psychology as well. I love working with children and giving them an outlet. So I think I would like to take over one of my dad's recreational fitness centers. And another thing, I started interning at a company in New York, a tech company called Park Day. And what they lack kind of is a little bit of a customer service department. And so I took that over last summer to try and build it up. And I think this summer when I go back, I'll be in person this time instead of remote. And it was great last year. I got a lot of experience, and I think I could grow their network and expand their customer service.
And my dream would be to continue making assistive technology. Today, we're at Booth 55, if you guys want to check out what we're doing, but that's my dream, to continue helping people's lives get better and better.
For both of you that have mentioned more entrepreneurial sort of pursuits, how did you come to that? How did you come to that versus just like the rest of us getting a job, working for somebody? Like what drives you?
Sometimes at work, you feel like there's a ceiling, like they want you to get so much done, but then you get that done and there's nothing left. Like, you have to go through all the channels of management to keep improving and going up. Whereas if you start your own company, there's no ceiling. You can work all day if you want and accomplish as much as you'd like, and I find that pretty motivating.
Growing up, I was very free-spirited, I would say. So I was always doing things. I look back and I see the timeline of where I am now and how it started, just from even just the lemonade stands to car washes in the neighborhood. I started a jewelry business in high school that was very successful, and then to where we are now, where we have an actual functioning app. I just like to do what you want to do on your own schedule. And when you're working for yourself, it motivates you so much more because you don't mind putting up those late night 4 a.m. hours of work, because the result is going to directly impact you, and you have so much fun with it. You don't have to worry about the rules, the laws, yes, but the rules of what to do, when to do it. You figure it out, and it's such a learning experience, and it's so much fun.
Well, if you need a place where you never run out of work to do, I can help you. So I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you answering questions. I really appreciate you coming. I've enjoyed it. Like I said in the opening remarks, I think this working with this generation and being able to mentor and train the next generation of technology leaders is a fantastic opportunity for me. So I appreciate you all coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.